Okay, this is just a quick literature section. I should also mention that a lot of these books actually came from Better World Books. They sent me, they have a pretty good deal. It's, if you pick used books that are on sale, they're $5.50 a book, shipping included. So I got about, I think, probably 12. They ship it to you in an airmail bag, like this big burlap sack, which is, I don't know if it's cheap or not, but anyways, not this one though. This, the Hobbit here, I had actually for a little while, but I had it loaned out to someone, but I don't think I ever showed it on camera, so I finally got it back, and here it is here, the Hobbit. Haven't read it. As I mentioned a while ago in another video, I tried to read Tolkien's first book, and I couldn't get through it. There's just so much description. It's just so slow, even though people rave about Tolkien being one of the greatest writers of the 20th century, but I'll have to try again. Maybe I'll try this one, though, instead of the other three, because this one comes before the other three, so maybe it'll be better. Here's, I've been looking for some Arthur C. Clarke. I believe this is the only one I have so far. There's supposed to be Space Odyssey, the first one I'm looking for, and Children, something about Rama's children, but I found this one. This one's supposed to be good, but there's another one on Rama, but about children of Rama or something like that I'm looking for too. So I got this one. This is science fiction, of course. Okay, these ones are perhaps more important. So these books are on literature. These are a part of what's called the Great Book Series, and these are edited by primarily Adler, but then he's teamed up with someone usually for each book. Also prefaced by Saul Bellow. I didn't know that. That's interesting. He's an author. So Adler's got all kinds of books. He's got a great book series called the Britannica Great Book Series, and he also has books like these. I think it's called the Great Ideas Program. There you go. So this is volume 6, and it goes through literature from Homer to Shakespeare. And I'll just show you the table of contents. And it's a book on how to read those other books. So what you do is you look at this, and there's a bit of an introduction, and then you go and read the book. So like, for example, at the beginning there's the Odyssey. So you read the introduction, you read the Odyssey, and then you come back and you look at this, and it kind of tells you what's important about it and what you should get out of it and what you should pay attention to in the book and all kinds of things. And then there's some questions there too. And so it's supposed to be a guide to reading and getting the most you can out of a book, because what usually happens is with these great books, as they're called, and what that means is that they're books that you can read endlessly and always get something out of them. What this helps you do is, as opposed to reading it many, many, many times over and slowly realizing good stuff in it, this book will perhaps make each of your readings more efficient. You'll get more out of them per reading versus someone who's just aimlessly reading them and slowly getting good stuff out of them. This will concentrate what you get out of each reading of the book. So there's the Odyssey, there's Euripides plays, Aristophanes plays. So I've read the Clouds and I've read the Frogs. There's Aeneid, Virgil's the Aeneid, Dante, Chaucer. I tried Chaucer. It's impossible. It's Old English, like really Old English. Rabelais and Shakespeare's Othello. I liked Othello. Othello was good. Macbeth is good too. And I haven't read King Lear. So there's that one. That's volume 6. That's Imaginative Literature 1. Then I've got also volume 7, which is Imaginative Literature 2, and it's the same thing. It just keeps going. So it's Cervantes to Dostoevsky. So I'll just show you what's in this one too, but it's the same concept. There's Don Quixote, Milton's Paradise Lost. That's a kind of a religious work. There's Fielding's Tom Jones. I don't know what that is. Goethe, Faust. Melville's Moby Dick. I'm sure people know what that is. Tolstoy's War and Peace. That's a long one. And there's Dostoevsky's The Brothers Karamazov. I've heard that The Brothers Karamazov is the best of Dostoevsky. I haven't read that one. I've read The Crime and Punishment, which I liked. But other people don't like it as much. But certainly The Brothers and The Crime and Punishment are probably his top two, for sure. And of course, these are just volumes 6 and 7. There are other ones, like I believe volume 1 is an introduction to the great books, which I had from the library for a little while, and I read some of it. There's also, I think it starts into volume 2 is philosophy, and the other volumes, I'm sure, get into science, get into religion, get into other things like that. And just adding a couple of books I got in just a few days ago to the January 2014. So this is these are fantasy books. I was recommended this one, supposed to be a good one. It's the first book in a series. Just from reading the back of it, it looks to be one of those, a modern person gets lost in, it talks about an ice age, and they get lost in a primitive land, and then they meet primitive peoples, and it also says it's a mix of relationships and history and people and stuff like that. So anyways, I believe I don't know if there's magic, but this probably is, but it's basically fantasy. And here's a couple I found. I don't have the set. These are just random ones, so I'm sure probably don't need to say anything about this. Game of Thrones, of course. This is book 2. Or wait, this is book 3? And this is book 2? I think this is book 2, and this is book 3. So I've got those now, anyways. So when I get book 1, then I may read it. The TV series I've heard is pretty good, so. Okay, that'll be it for January, I think.